like to become a recruiting machine. Stand up if you'd like to become a recruiting machine. Let me hear you if you'd like to become a recruiting machine. Okay, give the person next to you a high five and say, I'm a recruiting machine. High five the person on the other side and say, I'm about to learn something. Take your seat, great. You know, it's interesting, most of us are afraid of sales. And why? We're afraid somebody's gonna say no to us, like it's a bad word. Realize that the only reason you're afraid of the word no is that you heard it at least 1,000,000 times by the time you were 2, and you think it's something bad. Know that no is a good word. It gives you information of what to do next. But we're gonna show you how to actually understand how to read people and how to become even better at what you're doing. But no, it all starts with you. Everything you do starts with you. You need to first recruit yourself. And what I mean by that is that when you're looking at people, you want to talk to them about your business, you want to share something with them, most of the time, let me just ask this question differently. How many times are you nervous about talking to someone? Raise your hand. Okay, and what are we really nervous about? We're nervous they're going to say what? No. Okay, look at the person next to you and say no. Look at the person on the other side and say no. Okay, are you still alive? Yes, okay, so now that you've gotten over, it's not about the no, okay? It's not about the no. Would you agree? It's not about the no. But what it really is about is whether they like me, whether they care about me, what do they think about me. But half the time the challenge is that you don't know, they don't really care so much about you. They care about themselves. And if we can understand how to identify with people based on what's important to them, then we can actually serve them at their greatest good, okay? So let me show you how to do that. Know that the best recruiters out-recruit the other people 57 to 1. Did you hear my number? 57 to 1. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to show you how to do that. When we decided to start building the business, what was interesting is we personally sponsored 48 people in 1 year. Do you hear my numbers? Okay, so let's talk about how to outperform other people. We're going to talk about different personality styles. I want everybody to know here that every style I'm going to describe, you possess a piece of, okay? We all have all these personality styles, but there's 1 or 2 that are more dominant in you based on your inherent traits than other people, okay? So I want to help you identify it. The reason this is so important is when you talk to people, we usually speak to them the way we want to be spoken to. Does that make sense? Right? Of course. If I want to have a conversation, I'm going to speak to you in the only language I know, my language. But here's what happens. Think about it as personality styles as being 4 different languages, okay? If we have 4 different languages and you only speak 1, that means 75% of the people you're speaking to don't understand you. Does that make sense? Yes. So we need to make sure that they understand you. We need to make it really simple to do so. So I'm going to help you to be able to understand the different styles. The first one we're going to talk about is dominant. These are the controllers. These are people that are task-oriented. They want things done, result-oriented. They're interested in the bottom line, okay? So you might know someone like that. You just met her, okay? So I am not the person that's really thinking like this is really fun. I just want to get it done, do it right, get in, get out, and be happy. It makes sense? Okay, then you have other people like the influencer promoter. You might have met him before. He's my other half, maybe my better half, my husband, Lieberman Wang. Yardley's all about the excitement, the people, the promoting. If he has an activity, he can include other people. He's totally excited and electric about it, right? Those are the promoters. Then you have the compliant and analyticals. You met him also this weekend, our regional coordinator, Charlie Bear. He's all about the numbers. He's a financial guy, right? He wants to have it right. He's worried about being correct. He wants to follow the rules. You know, this is the analytical, the controller. Are you recognizing yourself so far in this analogy? You're starting to see where you might fall in, right? Then we have the supporter. Those are the steady people. Those are the people that are out there worrying like about everybody. They want to take care of the people. They turn around, they say, we want everybody to be happy. We want to make peace. We'll take grief just not to have anybody upset, right? These are the supporters and stuff. Usually very big in the churches and supporting. I want to give you an easy way to recognize who it is. I'm not only going to tell you the personality styles, I'm going to show you how to speak to each personality style, okay? And how to share the business with each person and each personality style. This is really important. You know, what was interesting is when we building the business strong, we not only hit, you know, within 3 months, we hit National Supervising Coordinator. Within 1 year, we were a director. We had 3 months, we had 18 executive coordinators teaching them this. We had 2 master coordinators and 1 professional teaching them this. Why was this so important? Because they were speaking Greek to 75% of the people. They didn't understand the language that the person wanted to speak in, so we needed to teach them. So this is really important. Here's how I'm going to ask you to help me. Please, just no speaking, just standing when I ask you to stand. If you consider yourself task-oriented, meaning that you, like it's, whether it's you want to get it done, someone gives you a job, it's all about getting it done, getting it right, right? Please stand up. Task-oriented, please stand up. Okay. If you consider yourself, okay, you're task-oriented, right? Okay, do you consider yourself slow-paced or fast-paced? If you consider yourself slow-paced, you take time to get it right, or fast-paced, you're going to get it and just going to go really quickly. If you consider yourself slow-paced, please raise your hands. You are considered the cautious and the compliant. You are the analyticals, okay? What are you? Analyticals or compliant. Sit down, please. If you're still standing and you're fast-paced and you're task-oriented, you are the controllers. You are the dominant controllers. So what are you? Dominant controllers. Thank you. Sit down. They already knew that. I didn't need to tell them, okay? I'm just going to let you know. The dominants already knew it, okay? Now, if you consider yourself people-based, and you really care about the people, you just want to be, you want everybody to be happy, it's all about the having fun or being around people, please stand up. People-based. It's about serving the greater good, making sure everybody's happy, having fun, or just making a difference. Stand up. If you look at this room, it's almost 80% of the room are about people. There's a clue for you. You want people who are interested in helping people because it's a good trait to have when we're looking to build a business together. Would you not agree? Okay. If you are a people person, but you are really, now listen to the question, if you are fast-paced, raise your hand. People, fast-paced. If you're fast-paced, you are considered influential or promoter. You like to have fun. You want to go out and make sure everybody's involved. You're going to create the excitement, right? You're out there doing that. You are what? The influential promoters. What are you? Thank you. Sit down. If you're still standing, you are the supporters. You're the steady people. You're the ones that make the peace in the family. You want to make sure everybody's happy, right? So if there's a war breaking out, you're coming to calm everybody down and tell them they're okay. We're going to be good together, right? Okay, sit down. So just so you have a perception. Now, we all have different things. I put there Big Al is your supporter. Big Al started one team, one dream. We're all here together, right? So you know who the supporters are. Why is it important for you to recognize this? Because if you recognize it in one person, we'll know how to have a conversation with many, right? So here's the 2 questions you need to ask someone. I want you to listen. You ask someone, are you fast-paced or slow-paced? If they say they're slow, look at the chart. They are on the right-hand side. They are the compliant and the supporters if they're slow. If they're fast-paced, they're dominant and influential. The next question you ask, are you people-oriented or are you task-oriented? If they're people-oriented, they are on the bottom, right? They are the supporters and they're the influential. It's all about the people. The people on the top are all about the task. This is really important because I had a business partner who's totally a supporter. She goes in, she's talking to somebody, and they were totally dominant. They just wanted to know the bottom line, let me know it works, and she's over there telling them all about the community and how great it is, and the people are so great, and we make such a difference, and we're going to change the world. The person was dying. They couldn't handle it. She was speaking a language that made no sense whatsoever to them. She couldn't get them to work, but here's the smart thing. She brought me. I'm a dominant controller. Do you think I spoke their language? Okay, it's really awesome to work in teams because if you have different personality styles, and remember, we all possess every one of these. You possess every one, but there's some that are dominant. they show up more than others, okay? So let me give you some more clarity so that you can actually make sure you get this, okay? You can take a picture of this slide because this is your shorthand version. Know that dominants walk faster than other people. Influentials walk faster. Compliant and supporters, they're very slow. They take their time to get there. You want to pull them if you're a dominant. You're like, faster, please. Okay, so how do you recognize different personality styles? Stand up if you're a D. Stand up if you're a D dominant. Stand up if you're an I. With your influential support, if you're I. Stand up if you're an S, you're a supporter. Stand up if a C, if you're compliant and analytical. If you're not standing up, you don't exist. Everybody should be standing up, okay? So I want to give you some more help on how you're going to get this. The dominant controller is the person who takes charge. They know what they want. You'll find them in a CEO. You'll find them in a head of a business or something. They pretty much see the big picture. They know what they want. They walk briskly. They seek out opportunities. They want to know if it's proven. And then you might know some of the people. Kevin Buckman is a dominant. Did you recognize the traits right now, right? Kevin Buckman, no, right, yeah. He's determined, competitive. He's all about the facts, just get it done. If we're talking to someone like a Kevin or an Amber, you want to have, we just brought in a new business partner, a doctor. She's a gynecologist. She just wanted to know, do the products work? Give me the facts, give me the bottom line. If I would have spent time trying to make friends with her, spend all this other stuff, tell her all about the company, give her all the details, would have totally lost her. She wanted to know it worked. When you're presenting the business to a person who's a dominant, what I want you to think about is they want to know this. Is there a blueprint? Is it a stable company? You offer someone like this the financial report. Our annual report is what you share with them, okay? They want to know it's a solid foundation. It's a clear financial plan. You show them the $1 Million Club and over 400 plus millionaires in the company. You show them it's proven, right? 2 to 3 year proven business plan. This is not a theory. This really works. Let them know that there's training available, right? These are people that value certain things. Realize that we can tell based on how much they value these traits if they're dominant, but the easy thing is ask if they're task or people-oriented, fast or slow. Those things will give you so much information. You know, somebody said, well, how do I find out if they're dominant? You know what? Are they asking you for the bottom line? Are they asking you to prove something to them? Right? They're dominant. They're dominant without a point, okay? So that's the one thing. Then we have the influential promoters. You also met another influential promoter earlier. You met Gigi, right? Gigi is one of them too. You tell her there's a party, she's going. Totally there. You know, we have a business partner. She was introduced to us through somebody else, and it ended up coming. She came to see me, showed her the business. She didn't care about the business. I said, what are you doing this weekend? She goes, I don't know. I said, we're going to Rhode Island, and this was a couple years ago. She's like, great. I go, yeah, there's a party. She's like, awesome. Do you think the dominant woman here cares about a party? No, but you know, I know she did. So my conversation with her was all about the party. She didn't even care how much money she'd make. She wanted to know she's going to make a difference. She can have a lifestyle. She wanted to know about the party. You talk to a promoter, you're talking to them about ground floor opportunity, lifestyle. They can do what they want, go on vacations, have fun, be with people. They're really happy when you share that. Unlimited income. It's all about freedom, opportunity, attention, cooperation. Is this making sense to you? Say yes? Awesome. You know, it's so funny with my husband, if I just tell him he's going to have fun. You use words like fun to someone who's a supporter, an influential promoter, they're there. Just tell them it's going to be fun. And that's great. That's awesome, right? They'll be there with you. Thank you. So now we have our supporters and our steadies. We already realized they're the majority of you here, right? Absolutely. This is a business of helping people. Doesn't that make sense? You know, they take time to do things. It's really important for them to get to know you. This is really important. You know, a dominant doesn't need to know you. If you give us the facts, we're there. But they need to know you. This is, and the bottom is, you know, you might know somebody there, Benson. Benson's totally a supporter. Now, it doesn't mean that he's not a leader. He's a leader too. But in Benson, it's all about helping everybody. Is everybody happy? We've got to do that. Here's the person I was telling you about, Lucy, bless her heart. She was totally wanting to talk to this dominant person, and she's telling him everything about how great the company and the love and the, And he's like, what? Totally was out, checked her out, right? We have a tendency to sell people the way we want to be sold. We need to be prepared to understand what they need to hear. For these people, what you want to do is you want to tell them the integrity of the company, the teamwork, that it's a cause, that we're supporting people, we're supporting each other, right? Even the shopping annuity. It's like every time I eat, you get paid. Isn't that awesome? Right? Every time I go and use my vitamins, you get paid. It's all about us. It's all about all that. Being a mentor, having personal training, the integrity and teamwork of the company. This is the conversation we're having with them. These people don't make decisions as quickly unless they know, like, and trust you. They need to feel that embrace. They like to touch people. Did you hear me? They like to physically touch people. The dominant people don't like to be touched. Okay, Benson, stop touching him. We know about that affair. I already know about that. I can see you. Compliant and analytical. This is really important. These are a lot of times your financial people, the accountants, they actually might even have pocket protectors if they still use those, right? They're the ones that are going to check the numbers. They need the financials. But here's the interesting thing about the financials. They're slow. They don't make decisions quickly. So if you're like you're a promoter, a dominant, you do things quick, these people are taking their time. You need to be patient with them. Give them information. They're not going to say yes right away. You know, Jonas is here, one of our business partners. He's a computer guy. We needed to tell him, which was really important, is he needed to know this is a tax write-off. There's financial benefits to this. They're going to actually get more money at the end of the day. He needed the technology was a big thing for him. Beth was an occupational therapist. She just wanted to know the products work. She wanted to see the white papers on it. She wanted to know about the nutrition. She wanted the science behind it. You understand, compliant, analytical. So they're more like perfectionist tendencies, technology-based or science-based type people. They want to know the facts. They want to know it works, okay? And we know that all this stuff is that you have to figure out what they value the most. See, it's not what you value the most, it's what they value the most. When we're actually speaking a language to them about what's important to them, we're going to get incredible results. If you're a dominant person and you're speaking to someone who's a supporter, you're going to want to tell them, just do it. Do you get what I'm saying, right? Just do it. But here's what's going to happen. The supporter won't be like that. They need to know that you care about them, you like them, that they can trust you, they want to be part of the community. In those situations, bring them to meetings. Let them meet other people. Let them see that you're not in this alone. They're going to be making a difference with other people they can relate to. This is important to them, okay? When you're out there and you happen to be maybe a compliant person, analytical, you're going to want to tell people all the facts and everything you know about the company. You're going to turn off the eyes. The promoters are not interested. You're giving them too much information, and they're not going to make a decision because you just bored the hell out of them and it wasn't fun. Do you understand? So we want to really learn to have conversations with people based on what's important to them. You cannot influence people until you know what influences them. Figure out what they value the most. Are they task-oriented or are they people-oriented? Are they fast or are they slow? Decide what part of the DISC, D-I-S-C, they are, and go out and recruit, make a lot of money, and have fun doing it. Thank you.